I've got my brown hands. I've got my brown hands, and I can't do both of these women at once.
Yeah.
I could.
If I get paired with Miranda, there is no God.
If God hates gay people, why did he delay my period?
Aww. Talk Diva to me.
Hi, Diva.
Hi, Divas.
We've missed you so much. How are you?
I guess you mean the Divas.
Both. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is 6 a.m.
Yeah.
That means a.m. if you were confused. And we are in a change of scenery. We are in Catalina's bed.
Yay, because I wanted to be horizontal today.
Yeah. Horizontal running.
And my shirt says, I heart tequila.
And mine is Chromatica by Lady Gaga.
Yeah. We almost went to the club last night, and then we didn't.
Did we almost?
I wanted to really bad.
All night she was like, I just want to shake my hips.
I really wanted to shake my little hips, and I just kept asking, please shake your hips with me, please shake your hips with me.
I shook my hips. Just not in the way that you wanted them to be shook.
That doesn't count.
Well, I'm sorry. I was writing my essay, and she's like, are you almost done? I want to shook my hips. Yeah, but we watched the L Word. I fell asleep watching the L Word, which is just my dream night, so.
Yeah, and I left in protest because nobody would go to the club with me.
Yeah, so anyways. Diva of the day!
So the Diva of the day is a solemn one today.
Yeah.
Because our queen, Bad Baby, is fighting cancer as we speak.
Yes.
So she's our diva.
Well, she was a diva before.
Of course.
Of course she was a diva before. And, like, this is just, like, a reminder of, like, her diva-ness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In honor.
In honor of her,
She is honestly, like, OG diva.
Literally. Remember when she said, "Cash me outside, how about that?" Do you remember that?
That was crazy.
But you remember she said that?
That was really a
Wow.
lot.
Hot?
A lot. And hot.
All right.
If that's what you're into.
Not me. Back in the day, I was not like, Bad Baby, you're my number one. Okay. Diva debrief!
It's been so long, guys. There's so much to catch you up on. I don't know how we're going to do it.
We're going to do it. Okay. Let's start with,
Should we start bottom up?
Yeah. Bottoms up. Oh.
So let's go back a few weeks. Halloween weekend, right? Awesome holiday
Are you done?
that we love would be Halloween.
Literally.
So,
Are you serious right now?
what?
I'm gonna take over. You said Halloween is awesome.
Did I lie?
So we went crazy Halloween weekend. Weekend, if you will.
Yeah.
We don't really get out much. We were out.
We were out and about, and, like, now I'm, like, on a mental bender.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm trying to play it out, and I'm not trying to, like, go cold turkey it, you know?
Right. So
But it doesn't really work.
we had how many costumes?
Okay, let's start from night one.
Okay, well, should we go to?
Oof.
Let's go to. I was sexy Ben Platt for one.
Yeah, I was Sabrina Carpenter. That wasn't really Halloween, but it was adjacent.
It was adjacent to Halloween.
Yeah.
And then,
And then we were Magic Mike.
right.
And then, you know what? I have a list of all of our costumes. What
Oh,
am I
awesome.
doing? Well, I have a list of my costumes.
I mean, most of the same costumes.
And then we were, Then we were Cave Women,
Yup.
and that ate. We could put in pictures if we don't get lazy. I'll be lazy.
No, I'll make you do it. The party we went to when we were,
Cave Women?
Cave Women was crazy.
Like, yeah.
Like, there was like 10 people standing outside the door of the house. And they had a whole staff. This is just like a college house party.
Yeah.
Like, one had an iPad. First of all, there
A
was
full-on iPad.
Yeah. First of all, there was way too many people for the amount of work that was needed. It's like when your boss, like, overschedules people.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
But yeah, so there was one person like holding an iPad, one person like clicking on the iPad,
Yeah.
people giving stamps, taking cash, and then just like guarding the door. Like
There was a list.
There was a list to get in.
I felt so superior too that we were on a list.
I was a +1.
You were a +1. That's so embarrassing.
Literally, I don't have my own identity. But yeah, like we walked up and I was trying so hard not to laugh. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah.
Name?
Yeah, they said, did you prepay? Huh?
That's crazy.
But I'm obsessed. It was so Diva.
It was very Diva. Very camp. So yeah, we were cave women at that party.
Yeah. And then we were, trying to figure out the order of this. Then I personally was Cleopatra.
Right.
And I ate that down.
She did.
And then, oh my god, I got an itch. Sorry.
Oh my gosh. Are you okay?
Yeah.
You scared me. And then when she was Cleopatra, I was the laughing cow, like the cheese.
It was really good.
Thank you.
And then we were Snooki and the beach.
Right.
Snooki, the beach.
Where's the beach?
Yeah. That was my favorite one.
That one was good.
Yeah, and I drew seaweed on your arms. And
yeah,
you didn't,
and fish on my titties.
You didn't take it off for days.
I wore it to multiple places.
Yeah. Anyway, then we were Sir Waitresses. That was good.
Specifically Stassi and Katie. Right.
Yeah.
And then we were Romeo and Michelle.
Romeo and Michelle, that's right.
Iconic. So yeah, we had a crazy weekend, you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. That was that. I mean, there's not much to say about it.
Yeah, except like this one guy who was British, he was like, "Are you girl in red?" And I got so mad. What the fuck do you mean, am I girl in red?
Yeah, she hates girl in red.
Famously. And then I was
Stop making a noise.
Sorry. I was wearing cow earrings, and so I'm like, what the fuck? And then he posted on his story. What did he say?
He added me to his story after like 10 minutes of talking to him. And I don't even remember getting his snap. I think we were both like blacked out. But the next day I woke up and it said he had added me back. And I was like, when did I add you? And then I looked at his profile and he added me to his private story. And this guy is like not even from here. Like he doesn't go to school here.
No.
Like he was just in town for the weekend. Don't know why I am now his close personal friend.
I love it. But
he posted on his story a picture of us. And it said Cleopatra and the
red cow.
No, it was something really funny.
The red cheese cow.
The red cheese cow.
He was close.
The red cheese cow.
He was really, really close.
He just made it more complicated than it needed to be.
Right. And then we have this dynamic where, like, anytime we go to a party, like, we get annoyed at each other for, like, talking to someone. And so, like, it'll either be, like, Catalina, like, can't drop a conversation with, like, a guy that I'm, like, so irritated by. And she'll just keep asking questions. And I'm like, you're usually so introverted. Like, can you shut the fuck up? Or, like, in this case, I was, like, very into the conversation. And Catalina was, like, over there stirring in the corner. Like, when is she going to be done?
Yeah, I was really bored. I went over to the couch and started looking through my purse.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, Halloween gave myself fun.
It was. I miss it. I wish people like to go out more like I do.
I've been doing good.
No, you have been really good,
yeah.
But just in general, like, you know.
So
wait.
Deep breath.
Which one are we doing?
The next one up.
Okay.
So we have been watching cut videos and Jubilee videos on YouTube. I'm sure you're all aware of the culture. And they're absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Like, it just keeps getting crazier. There's, like, multiple that is, like, guess who's autistic?
Yeah.
Guess who's not autistic? Who's faking being autistic? And, like, who greenlit this?
Yeah, we watched this one that was, like, 6 autistic people versus 1 non-autistic person.
And the whole time we were like, there's no good outcome.
There's literally, how can this end in an okay way whatsoever?
It was all offensive.
I'm like, if any of you are faking this, like, you're done for.
Yeah. Like, anytime someone was talking, we were just dying laughing because we're like, what if they're faking? Like, that's so fucked up.
It's so messed up. But turns out there was kind of a loophole of sorts.
Yeah, because she had a different disease.
Just
I can
disorder?
be a doctor. Right.
Disorder.
Anyways. You have a disorder. And then last night we watched the one where it was like, Guess My Kink.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. I did not know there was an egg-laying kink. You know.
I was not paying attention. I didn't know that till just now.
Yeah, where it's like there's this like vibrator that you put eggs into and you can like shoot eggs into yourself and then like hatch them. Did not know that was a thing.
I hate that.
There's a guy who sucks his own dick. Iconic. There was the dog.
Yeah, there was it.
Catalina yells, "You pay taxes!" at the TV. And, like, what bothers me is that, like, normal things are called kinks. Like, what?
Wait, no. Because there was one guy who was like, I'm really into licking. And Ella was like, so? You know, like, that's kind of normal. But he goes, I start convulsing. and then they demonstrated. People were licking his hand and he started going.
That's what I do. But I'm like, that's not... Or, like, one was, like, nipples, and I'm like, okay?
Yeah.
They're just saying things that happen during sex and being like, I'm so kinky, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I just felt like we needed to address that. Yeah. And then we had film festival at our school.
So, oh my god, it was the best group of people.
Gayest weekend of my life.
Natasha Lyonne we saw in person.
Mm-hmm.
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore. Demi Moore. Demi Moore. Ooh, ooh,
okay. Kyle Mooney.
Don't act like Kyle Mooney.
Well, like,
Margaret Qualley.
I was saving that one for a big reveal.
Oh, sorry.
You dumb bitch.
Sorry. I was like, how did you forget, like, our shared wife? Like, our sister wife?
That's the one I was, like, building up to, because, oh my god, guys, it was so amazing.
I don't even know where to start. Let's start with...
Okay.
Let's start in order. Okay. Like, first we saw Natasha.
I'm convulsing.
Oh my god. A ghost is licking you.
Ew.
That wasn't in a sexual way.
It doesn't matter. It was gross.
The other day, I stuck my hand on the sink in brown water to unclog it, and then I was running around the apartment trying to touch Catalina with it.
So
I've got my brown hands, and you're like, you haven't washed them?
No, it had been like a good 5 minutes.
And then she hurled insults at me. But, so the first night we went to Natasha Lyonne.
She was beautiful. Her hair was beautiful. Freshly blown out.
Red.
Her personality lights up a room.
Lights up my body.
Lights up
my eyes.
Yeah.
My smile. My heart.
Everything below the belt.
Everything below the belt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, basically, she was, like, talking about how they should just give Oscars to some of these actors because it's annoying how much they whisper. She was like, just give them an Oscar already. And then she was talking about how she wants to pretend like she doesn't want to be an actor anymore, so, like, she gets more praise.
Yeah.
Because she's like, I guess I'll do it. Like,
I was obsessed with that.
Yeah. She was really funny, and she kept forgetting what the questions were, and I'm like, so relatable.
Yeah. Oh, she just talks so beautifully.
Yeah. She talks like this. She talks like this. But, yeah, we were just like, okay, if she was married to... Not married. If she was with Fred Armisen for 10 years, I'm not threatened.
Yeah.
I'm not threatened. Love that man, but, like, come on now.
Yeah.
So... To the movie, I hated the movie.
Well, the movie was his 3 daughters.
Oh, right, his 3 daughters. Featuring Natasha Lyonne,
Carrie Coon,
and Elizabeth Olsen.
Yeah. She hated the movie. I was okay with it. I think...
It was a tour-a-day fail.
I want you to know that your opinion, I'm pretty sure, is unpopular with this one.
I don't give a fuck.
Most people I've talked to really enjoyed it.
The fuck?
But, I mean, I thought it was, like, I wouldn't watch it again. I thought it was entertaining.
Never.
I thought Natasha was really good in it. I thought Elizabeth Olsen was really good at being really, really annoying and, like, obnoxious and, like, unbearable. So, I mean,
It's because she's
view that how you will.
See, I had lots of problems with this.
Wait, also, Carrie Coon, go back to acting class.
Go to an acting school.
Please, like.
Preferably a freshman in high school acting class. Because...
No, yeah, I literally wrote in my Letterboxd review, I wrote, some of us may need to go back to acting 1 for just a day. Carrie Coon. Like,
right. Can I reenact it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. You guys, I was just thinking. Wow. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Like, come on.
Apparently she hasn't been able to find work for a while before this movie, and I was like, duh, it all makes sense now. You're not going to get any after this either.
Yeah. It was really bad acting. It was a tough watch.
Yeah.
And then, like, Elizabeth Olsen, don't even get me started.
There was a line in the movie, and I'm still not sure if it was supposed to be, like,
oh my god,
extremely cringy, and, like, that was the point, or, like, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be sincere, but it was her talking about how,
Woodstock.
Like, magical Woodstock, or no, like, the Grateful Dead concerts were, and, like, because it was, like, people who didn't have a family, and they were each other's found families, and I was like, are you kidding me? What is this? Is this Tumblr in real life? Like,
it's so confusing. Then it came out of nowhere, and then it was just dropped.
Never addressed again.
Yeah, and then Natasha Lyonne was every Natasha Lyonne character ever, but still sexy. It was just, like, the whole movie was, like, if you, like, sat down a 5-year-old and explained what death was to them.
Yeah.
Just, like, the simplest terms, the most, like, oh, dad is dying.
Yeah.
And we have to deal with the consequences, but we're not really going to go into depth about the consequences. We're just kind of going to, like, argue about, like, surface level sister bullshit.
Yeah, well, because it was very obvious that they didn't want death to be the actual theme of the movie, but then it like they wanted it to be centered around the sisters' relationship and, like, how they, like, got brought back together because of death, but then it's like there's a lot of things that could have been cut out then to just not even have to go into all that.
Yeah, the ending was atrocious.
Sorry. There's this, like, spoiler maybe if you care.
You shouldn't.
There's this part where the dying father gets up out of his chair and just yanks out all of his cords, and it's just, like, 100% healthy again. And Ella looks at me, she goes, "This is so inaccurate."
Like, there's no way.
And it was like a fantasy
I was
scene.
like, there's no way he'll be able to do that.
It's like...
Then it clicked.
And then, I hate this. This is literally so inaccurate.
It's like, have they ever met a dead person?
You clocked them.
I said, wait a second, where was the consultant? No, but then it ended with, like, a duck song. Do you know that song? I never heard it in my life.
Oh, wait.
3 little ducks went quack, 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 quack. 2 little ducks went quack, quack.
Something I hate is movies who do that.
Yeah, and then by the end it was 0 little ducks because they were all gone.
Yeah. No, but I hate movies that end with, like, a main character just, like, singing, like, an a cappella version of some, like, obscure nursery rhyme.
There's a hole in my bucket, dear Eliza, a hole.
Yeah.
So.
No movie, no film, no play should ever end with singing.
Quack, quack,
a little short tune.
No, and Elizabeth Olsen should not be singing it. Because it was, like, I felt secondhand embarrassment in the theater. I was like, can we end this? Can we please end
It's just,
this?
what did that add to any of it? I don't... Yeah.
Nothing.
So I'm with you there.
And then we saw...
Wait. That was second, yeah.
My new favorite movie of all time, no questions asked. The Substance.
Yeah. Margaret Qualley, Demi Moore, they showed up, showed out. I was so... I don't even have words for the feelings I was feeling
Emotionally.
Not even during the movie. Just them watching them sit in the same like theater as me. Like.
Well, we'll get to that.
I know.
Let's start with the movie because the movie was first. You guys.
Okay, we didn't start with the movie last time.
Okay, let's start with the conversation.
No, we don't need to.
Okay.
There's nothing I have to say about
Okay.
it. I'm just
whatever.
Making a
So
point.
we're fighting on camera, you guys. If it's this bad on camera, imagine how bad it is behind the scenes.
Move on.
So, basically, this movie changed several lives, so much so that someone had a seizure in the crowd.
Someone had a seizure. There were 15 incidents of people leaving the theater for various reasons
Throwing
during
up.
this movie. About, 7 people threw up. One had a seizure. Probably also threw up.
And this is all reported.
Yeah.
It's not like us, guessing.
No, yeah. And we, saw the security run in and, flashlights go off.
People
then,
running out of the theater.
And, people we know, volunteered. So, we have heard from, the back side of things.
But, a lot of people were scared right now. But, anyways, this movie, I have never been, interested in, body horror or, gore. I could not look away. At all. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I'm telling you, go watch it in a theater right now.
Unless you're going to have a seizure or throw up, it's not
maybe don't do that.
necessary to do that.
Do not do that. But I just think there was so many powerful messages. I can't. I'm going to spoil it.
I thought it was really good. I would probably say I can't watch it again for another 10 years. But I thought it was a great movie. The biggest qualm I have with it is that Demi Moore's character is named Elizabeth Sparkle.
I love it.
And Margaret Qualley's character is named Sue.
Iconic.
I hate it so much.
Sue is an iconic.
So lazy. All of it. So fucking lazy.
No.
Yeah, it is. And we're going to have to agree to disagree on this one because I'm not backing down.
You will never be Elizabeth Sparkle.
Yeah, I fucking hope not.
So good. And then we saw them after.
Yeah.
And the reaction we had was we were doing this the whole time.
Oh my god.
We were like this for most of the movie and all of the talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so.
I have to sneeze.
Okay.
Never mind, it went away.
I'm so proud of you. She sneezes like this. No sound. She just goes.
Yeah, because I hold it in because
That's
I've
not
been
healthy.
suppressed as a woman.
It's not healthy. You should not be afraid to take up space.
Well, it's too late now because it's become a habit and now it takes more work for me to actually sneeze than to hold it in.
Wow, use your diaphragm.
To sneeze?
Yeah. I didn't like that.
I hated that a lot.
But yeah, so we were bracing for our lives. Margaret and Demi walk on stage. Well, first of all, they were given awards.
Yeah.
And one thing I'll never understand is these actors on the verge of tears at our school's film festival.
Yeah.
Demi Moore was accepting her Icon Award, and she was like, I'm blown away. I can't. I'm like, girl.
This is not the Oscars.
You are an A-lister. You have been doing this shit for
Yeah.
years. This is kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
And same with Margaret. She posted on her stories. She was in front of our SCAD.
They know where we
Okay.
go to school.
In front of our SCAD sign. She was
Oops.
dreams. And I'm like, girl, delete. Please delete.
Margaret, delete, please.
Natasha had a SCAD bus in the background. Delete.
Natasha, delete. Ooh, tough to watch.
Anyways, and then the girl who presented Natasha the award. Are we allowed to say this?
Yeah, say it.
We were obsessed with her before this.
Yeah, she goes to our school.
Yeah.
We know her.
And we talk. We don't know her.
We don't know her.
But we talk about her and how much we're in love with her.
Yeah, she's our campus celebrity.
Yeah, and Natasha fucking posted her on her Instagram, and we're like, I can't.
And tagged her too.
I can't do both of these women at once.
Yeah.
I could. But yeah, Margaret Qualley is maybe the most inarticulate woman I've ever heard.
Oh, I love it.
She did not know her words. She was just well, yeah, that's all I have to say about that, I think. Well, Demi.
Yeah.
So funny.
And she has this beautiful little southern twang to her voice.
And her laugh is
That's so accurate.
right? And Demi Moore was just so engaged with the audience.
Yeah.
And she was like, what about you guys? And I'm like, oh my god, she looks so fucking beautiful. And I can't believe I'm sitting in the same room as former Scientologist Demi Moore.
Yeah. Former Ashton Kutcher survivor.
Right.
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore.
Or other way around.
Just gorgeous woman. Margaret Qualley, you guys know how we feel. I think I was hallucinating her. I don't think she was actually there.
Yeah.
Because she's not a real person. She's just a figment of our, like, fantasy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get worked up if we keep talking about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So that was Film Fest.
Yay!
Oh, and then we saw Y2K too, and
Which
she
I
hated
did not
it.
like.
I thought it was good. Once again, I hate horror.
Was that horror, though?
Well,
More like
it is
action.
technically considered horror because it was a murder movie with lots of blood and gore. So
I fell asleep. They cut out the most interesting character like 20 minutes in, and I was like,
that pisses
I'm
me off.
out.
I hate it when movies do that. Like, I get the whole thing of getting someone attached to a character and then killing them off, whatever. You cannot do that within the first quarter of the movie. Like, it's bold enough to do that in the first act. The first 20 minutes?
And, like, I was laughing at all of his lines, and then he died, and I was so bored.
They did that in the most recent Planet of the Apes movie, too, and it was so upsetting. And
You were so interesting. Your mind is just like...
I feel embarrassed for bringing that up.
But yeah, it was just like very repetitive to me. Like, robot kills everybody. Robot comes back and kills everybody.
No, yeah, I definitely was not in it for the plot. I thought the jokes were funny. I thought the cast was hot.
I was just so bored.
And that was you.
And it was just like too actiony, and I was just like,
I do hate action movies, yeah.
But Kyle Mooney, King, love him. He was a recurring theme at Film Festival was me thinking everybody was going to cheer or say something at once, and that not happening, and it just being silence and me yelling.
Yeah, it was really embarrassing sitting next to her.
Yeah, because he'd be like, Illinois, and then I'd be like, yes! And then just complete silence in the theater.
That's so embarrassing.
I know.
I don't know why you would do that.
Or Margaret Qualley was like, has anybody been like in a dance class and like started crying? I felt like, yeah, people are gonna, yup, just me.
You are so, it's not even the fact that you say anything, it's like what you choose to say. Like, yup, who are you, a frat guy? Like,
she heard me talk.
Aw, she did hear your voice.
Yeah, okay, the next thing on Diva Debrief is just legendary.
I don't want to go too deep into this because there's so much to say that it's like, I don't even know how we could possibly...
It's an entire, like, 2 podcast episodes?
Yeah.
Are we allowed to talk about our projects?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lena, Kat, and I are writing our first film.
Mm-hmm.
Wow! It's gonna be a comedy. We're working on it. We have a little writing, plan.
Yeah.
And so we don't know when that'll be released, but this is a big...
Released is crazy. You mean like the whole movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Just like, I don't know when it's going to be written, but like, yeah, released too.
Well, we're going to try and have like half done by January. Like a first draft of half of it.
Yeah.
But anyways, this is going to be definitely in the movie. So we're not going to like say everything, but basically, so I don't drink, sober sister, and I don't really like smoke weed. I've done it like twice in like my horrible circumstances where I was just like, whatever. But I never taken an edible.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this club here that's like a dinner party at one of my friends' houses, and we just go and we like eat like fancy dinner and like low like dim lighting. So we decided to take an edible for the first time, and then I'd never taken an edible.
Oh, it was your first time,
right? So then we go there, and these 2 guys approach us.
I was wearing a cute bodysuit and a skirt, and a
leather jacket.
I topped it off with a leather jacket. My mistake.
Your mistake, because they said, we saw you wearing a leather jacket, and we just knew we had to talk to you.
The exact words.
Yeah, and then...
They said... No, it was one of them. He comes up to me first, and he goes, do you like comic books?
Right.
So what did I do to deserve this?
And then they switched.
You're going a million miles a minute.
Sorry, it's like flashes.
He said, do you like comic books? I said, I have no feelings on them, really. He said, okay, well, I just, I saw you wearing the leather jacket, and, me and my buddy here, we said, oh, we gotta talk to her. I think they said she's gotta be a nerd. She's wearing a leather jacket. Are you kidding me? Thanks, I'll burn it. I'll go home and burn it. Are you kidding?
So funny. And then he's like, this one, that I thought his name was Michael, but apparently his name was not Michael. But Michael was like, he's talking to Catalina, like, what's your major? And you're like, dramatic writing, and he's like, oh. And then you're like, who? Like, what's yours? And he's like, I don't go here. I build planes.
Yeah.
Like, what?
What? Okay.
Why are you at a SCAD club?
And why are you assuming that... Why are you at a SCAD club? You don't go here? How did you get invited?
With this other friend who goes here, but still. Like, what? And then
I build planes. I'm sorry.
Like, please. And then the other one is talking to me about how porn inspires his, like, sequential arts. And then he goes, so what do you do? And I'm like, dramatic writing. And he's like, well, do you have any recent works you can show me? And I'm like,
the hands were really involved.
And I was like, no. And he was like, wow, that's really cool. And then they look at each other and they go, should we switch partners now? And they, like, what?
And it was weird. They were, like, self-aware of how freakish they were.
For real.
But continued on with the bit as if it was a bit. But it wasn't a bit.
So serious. And then they found out we were roommates and they go, roommates? Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness, roommates.
Like, as if they were, like, planning to come home with us.
They were acting as if they were in, like, Mary Poppins.
It was literally the episode of Broad City where those two guys try to have a foursome.
Yeah, and they were wearing like, full suits.
Oh, yeah, that too.
And then, like, they're like, this one guy was talking about some nuclear bomb. And I was like, yeah, I've heard about that one. And he's like, no, you haven't. No, you haven't. And I was like, what? Because I'm a woman? Like, you don't think I know about, like, war? And he was like, I'm a big fan of women's rights.
And then they started going on about how bummed they were after the election and how upsetting it was and just how much they love Kamala and, like...
We believe you. You have, like, we believe you.
We believe you guys.
But,
it's
like,
all right.
And then he goes, wait, do you actually know about that nuclear bomb? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like...
Did you? Was it?
Yes.
Okay, because you... Okay.
I was lying a lot that night. And he goes, wow, that's really cool. That's super cool, actually, that you know that. I'm like, the fuck? And then the other one goes to Catalina. He goes, wow, you've been fairly quiet tonight. No ghostly presences allowed.
Also, that one was following us around all night like a little leech. I kept having to leave the other room because I was so overwhelmed because I was so high. It was the peak of my high the entire night. And he just kept fucking saying the weirdest shit. And I was like, am I on this planet right now? Like, is this actually happening?
Yeah.
And then I kept going to the kitchen and, like, laughing to myself because I was like, there's no way this is real. There's no way this is real. And I would turn around. I started voice memoing it because I was like, there's no way. I have a whole thing
in my notes because I was just writing down everything.
I would go to the kitchen to, like, laugh by myself, and I would, like, wait for Ella to come join me, and I'd turn around, and he's there. He would follow me to the kitchen.
And then when we were in the kitchen, I was eating these little brownies.
Little baby, like, not even 2 bite brownies. Little. 1.5 bite brownies.
And he goes, wow, you're really devouring that brownie. Wow, you're really enjoying yourself. And I'm like,
so funny.
What?
Like, she ate one singular brownie.
Are you, like, telling me to, like, go on Ozempic? Like, what?
Oh.
Like, I felt so shamed. Like, he definitely wasn't calling me skinny.
I don't know.
Wow, you're really devouring that brownie.
He's gotta be the most awkward.
He was not letting it go. And then he was like, he's like, I don't know if I should tell you this. And I'm like, what? He's like, I don't know. It's illegal. And I'm like, what? And he goes, well, have you ever heard of dumpster diving? And I'm like, yup. And he's like, well, sometimes, I use my neighbor's dumpster when, ours is full. But don't tell anyone because, like, it's illegal. And I should not be telling you this. And I'm like, there's no way this is real. There is no way this is real. And then he's talking about his trip to Bali. And he's like, it's going to take a lot for someone to get me to go back to Bali.
No, I wrote, yeah. I found it in my notes just now, and it said, because I also took notes on everything he said. It said, it's going to take a lot of persuading to get me back to Bali. What happened in Bali?
He lost his phone. He went on this, like, 30-minute rant about how he lost his phone in Bali. And I was like, yeah.
Are you kidding me? That's
like,
why?
Okay, I thought the other guy's name was Michael, because the whole night he's like, Michael, and pointing to him. What? That was not...
Yeah.
That's like me being like, oh, my friend Miranda. Like, no, you don't point to someone and say, like, something that's not their name. What?
Yeah.
And then
they were recommending books to me about indigenous women.
Right,
I was
right.
like, what kind of targeted attack is this?
For real. And then they were like, did you know in Cuba, the women there inject themselves with HIV so they can go to sanitariums where it's safer and they're more free than in, like, regular Cuba. And I said, I did not know that.
I was like, I want to do that right now. Anything to
Yeah.
escape this conversation.
And then they couldn't figure out, their whole conversation about Alexander Graham Bell was so funny.
I don't remember that.
They were like, who invented the telephone? Who invented the telegram? And then they just said a bunch of, like, famous people with the last name Bell, and they couldn't figure it out, and they're like, oh, who, the telephone or the telegram? Like, it was a painful conversation. I wish I could recite it. And then they go, we were looking to get some numbers tonight. Oh my god, I'm so sorry if that offended you. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
They were really going at it with, like, the foursome jokes, too, like, without kind of meaning to, but then they would realize that it sounded like that, and they would, like, laugh and be like, oh my god, look at us. Comes out. What's the expression? Turns out? Out?
Well, comes out as your subconscious taking over.
Turns out Michael had a girlfriend there, like, 2 feet away.
Wait, she was there?
The entire time she was there, and she was, like, bonding with everyone. And then, like, by the end of the night, when we finally got the boys, like, off of our backs, he and his girlfriend were just, like, frolicking around. I was like, you couldn't have... First of all, if I was dating that man and he went up to another girl and said...
Crazy hypothetical.
And he said, do you like comic books? I saw your really cool leather jacket, and I figured I had to talk to you.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting a foot away?
Yeah.
Crazy.
If I was dating a guy, crazy hypothetical, and he goes up to a girl and says, wait, you know that nuclear bomb? That's super cool. I'd be pissed. Back the fuck up. Yeah, so just that combined with, like, eating an edible for the first time, it's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. And then we left that situation and had a whole other night that we won't get into. But yeah. Wow. Okay, so that was our Diva debrief.
Yeah. We've got so much to get to in so little time.
So little time.
I think we should...
Divas in training?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to start with your story?
Yeah, so I have a little story that I...
Never heard this.
Cracked open out of the hole the other day. Basically, it was the day I stopped believing in God in the 3rd grade. And so it was a really tough day in the 3rd grade. And we were doing that thing where you get partnered up for, like, some kind of math activity. And so your teacher would, like, put up on the board, like, a group randomizer, like, partner randomizer.
Hate those.
And I said, I was a very hateful young girl for some reason.
Was?
I obviously still am, but, like, I don't know why it started so young. And I had a lot of people on my shit list. And I remember just going, you know what, today is not the day. Today is not the day. If I get paired with this one girl, I don't know I can't say her real name.
Do I know her?
No.
No.
Let's call her Miranda.
Okay, Miranda.
If I get paired with Miranda, there is no God. There is no God, because no God would do this to me. And I swear, I do not want to be with Miranda. I will literally lose it. I will fucking lose it. All I need is anyone else in this 30-person class to be paired up with for this math activity besides Miranda. She clicks my name, and it says Catalina and Miranda.
Yeah, I'd stop believing
in God. And I lost it. I said, okay, there's no God. There is no God. There is no God.
No, because that makes sense. And how has that affected you today?
There's no God for me anymore.
I'm really sorry.
So.
Well, piggybacking off of that, actually, I have always been, like, I struggle with, gray area and, like, not things that are like, yes, God, no, God, you know? And so I've always been like, no, God. But the thing that made me start believing in God, I'm so sorry. This might be like not racially, religiously like insensitive. But I remember when I was losing my virginity, I was supposed to get my period that day. And my stomach was like on fire. Like I could feel my uterus lining just like falling out of my body. But I wasn't bleeding yet. And I remember like looking at my watch, like, not my watch, my phone. I don't wear a fucking watch. And I was like, oh my God.
Crazy hypothetical. You
Crazy
wear a watch.
hypothetical. And I was like, oh my God, like my period's coming. Like my period's coming any minute. But the truth was that I was coming any minute.
Oh, wow.
And I lost my virginity. And like within like an hour, I was on my period. And I looked up and I said, if God hates gay people, why did he delay my period?
Aww, that's beautiful.
And that's when I started believing in God again.
I love that.
Right. He wanted me to have premarital sex. And he wanted me to have lesbian sex. And he did both.
I love that a lot.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Okay, so do you want to take away 7 Years by Lucas Graham?
Yeah, sure. There's actually not much to say about this topic.
It's just really funny.
It's just a really funny piece of my life, is that there's not a lot that the world knows about my father, but there are two things he cherishes more than anything. And that is the song Diamonds by Rihanna and Lucas Graham's entire discography.
I'm obsessed. That's Diva.
I introduced him to 7 Years by Lucas Graham years ago. And for a solid month after, we would hear it coming from the basement, blasting on the like entire surround sound system, the entire album, and then every other song he had ever made in his entire life. It was like the soundtrack of our house for like the entire year.
So fucking random.
And then we never spoke of it again.
This is a big, big world.
But we thought we were bigger.
Pushing each other to the limit.
And then he also had a phase of watching Sound of Music every day.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That's really funny.
But he hasn't had another hyperfixation, so to speak, since.
What about Crazy Ex-Girlfriend?
He likes that an average amount.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
An average amount might be a little bit too much. It's like my funter loves iCarly because he watched it with us growing up, like iCarly and Victorious, to be like a supportive funter. And now when it's like on TV, like as a like marathon, he sends us a picture and he's like, look what's on, you guys. And his favorite thing is to go, who writes for this? So he'll be like, who writes for this? And I'm like, oh my God. He famously back in the day said that the best writing on TV was Jessie, and he would vote for Debbie Ryan if she ran for president.
Do you think he would?
No. Because she's a woman. I'm kidding! Okay, the rest are mine, so I'll just kind of do rapid fire, but I just thought of another one that's like crazy.
Go for it.
So when I was in middle school, I was just bored all the time. And I was just like, I need to ruin the day somehow.
Yeah.
So I did
still do that.
Yeah, I do. So I did cross country, and so I had a lot of sports bras in my locker at school. I don't really know how they got there, but anyways. And so I was like cleaning out my locker because famously my science teacher said that she would never want to see my bedroom, which is like, come on.
I would hope.
I hope not. I'm 13. And she was like, your locker is such a mess. Like, I can't imagine what your bedroom looks like. I'm like, are you hitting on me? The fuck? And so I was cleaning up my locker because I felt shame because she, like, passed and saw it. And so then I was like, oh, my God, I have all these sports bras. So I decided to play a little game. Like, my Pretty Little Liars mind was, like, going off. And I was like, took a sticky note and I wrote 3 bras equals 3 lives. Have I told you this?
Yeah.
I have. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so then I opened my locker and I went to my friend and I said, oh, my God, I'm scared. Is this a threat? And she was like, oh my God, yeah, it is a threat. And she was like, should we tell someone? And I was like, someone slipped this into my locker. And then I'm like, oh my God, there's 3 bras. And I'm like, oh my God. And then in class, I'd be like, I'm so scared, guys. Like, should I report it? And I'm like, I'm just like embarrassed because like, it's bras, you guys. Like, I'm embarrassed. And then we went back to, she was in the classroom and I ran into the hallway and I like stuffed one of the bras into my backpack. And then I closed my locker. And then I was like, oh my God, come here. Jenna, come here. And then I opened my locker, and there were only 2 bras left, and a note that said, 2 bras, 2 lives. And we started freaking out. She started freaking out. I was really playing the part. And then she set up a camera in my locker to, like, catch, like, the next one. I remember, like, turning it upside down, and then it being, like, 1 bra, 1 life. And they kept going until it was 0 bras, 0 lives. I'm pretty sure she told her science teacher about it. It's so funny. I was so bored. And then I also made a Cory Monteith shrine. I think that's self-explanatory. It had fake candles, drumsticks, a microphone, and just pictures of him in a shoebox. Mm-hmm. Don't need to go any further into that.
You are so insane. No, there's so many things wrong with you. Like, I would send you away for so long if you were my child.
I should have been sent away.
The bra thing is actually crazy.
No, I know.
Like, you wanted to, like, torment people.
Yeah. Duh.
Attention whore.
So I'm not afraid to admit, Catalina has admitted some crazy things on this podcast about her lack of knowledge. So here's my thing. I don't know the difference between Greek mythology and Greek history. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's real and what's fake because until a little too recently, I thought the whole, like, Medusa shit was real. Mm. Well, not real, but, like...
No, that's okay.
Like, I thought all of, like, well, let's not say Medusa. Let's say, like, all of the, like, Greek gods. I'm like, wait, was Hades not real?
You know who's, like, oddly similar? Medusa and Cleopatra. Is that insensitive to say?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know, but, like, similar vibes.
Right.
Very, very, for lack of a better word, very girl boss.
Yeah. And, like, the Odyssey, like, was that real? I don't know. I got very murky for me, and I'm like, I don't know what's real and what's fake. Anyways, I just needed to say that.
Yeah.
And then my last diva in training moment was that I used to have such a feud with my choir teacher. Mm-hmm. Like, we would get in fights in class because I'd be like, this song sucks. I know you're not going to make us sing this for the choir concert. And I'd be like, can I, like, beatbox over this? And he would, like, I have a video I have to show you. Maybe I'll, like, edit it in here. But he let me beatbox over a song that was like, welcome to Jubilee. And I was like, like, so embarrassing. And then, he would, tell me to uncross my legs when I was singing because it was, like, you know, I wasn't using my diaphragm enough, and I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, why are you looking at my legs? And then, like, one of my friends went to the bathroom, he was like, you guys, like, we need to stay in the classroom. Like, she's on her period. She wasn't, and that's, like, really embarrassing for her, but I was, like, I was just constantly instigating shit. And, like, so we just had this feud, like, all the time. And then in the last concert, he was giving out awards, and it was, like, most improved, best participation, best spirit, and then he went, and the award for the best voice goes to Ella Henry. And I'm like, I know that his thought process was, if I don't give her this award, I'm never going to hear the end of it. And
he would have been fired somehow.
No, yeah, it's going to be like a Ryan Murphy series of Feud. Mm-hmm. You know his show Feud? No. It would be choir teacher versus Ella Henry. Like, he was scared of me. Anyways, it caused a bunch of drama and people were jealous of me, but what's new? Okay.
Yeah.
Divances, is there any other diva in training moments?
No, we got through them pretty quick.
Yup.
But I have lots of divances.
Yup, yes we do.
First things first. Shut the fuck up about, oh, this celebrity's not media trained and it's so funny to hear her speak. No, how about she just has fucking free will?
Right.
How about she's just allowed to speak her mind?
You're so right.
I love Chappell Roan's lack of media training. No, she's just speaking like a normal human.
You're so right.
I'm sure she has media training because that's pretty standard for every fucking celebrity to have.
Ever seen the Kardashians, bitch?
Yeah. Like,
they'll make a joke. Like, it'll be like, Miranda over here, and I'd be like, whoa, no one ever taught her how to do an interview.
For real. Like, please just end it.
Get a grip.
End it all.
Like, Renee Rapp, I'm like, I love her.
They love to do it to Renee. They love to do it to Chappell. Who else? I've heard them do it to, like, Sabrina sometimes, too. Just because she's, like, sexual. God forbid.
Do you think people are going to do that to us? Like, they're not media trained.
100%.
When we do our film and we have to, like, go on the Today Show. They're going to be like, someone get them a publicist.
Literally.
Our publicist will be working overtime.
You can't take them anywhere. No media training.
When I was younger, I was, like, praying that I could somehow become Lana Del Rey's publicist and fix her career.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I really wanted to do that.
Wait, do you also have the complex where you think you could, like, fix every celebrity scandal ever?
Yes.
Because, like, I'm convinced that, like, I would be the best PR person ever. And,
I
like,
agree with that for you.
get everyone out of, like, their canceled situations.
100%. And, like, that's how I felt about Lana Del Rey. Like, I was defending her at any point. Maybe I shouldn't be admitting this. But I was, like, I was twisting the narrative for her benefit. And I think if I was giving a platform, that'd be really good.
Or really bad, but yeah.
Yeah. She's
bad for you, good for her.
Never done anything wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding. I don't know.
My next Stevens is sibling bands. We don't need them. Stop making them.
Yes, I 100% agree.
Not even, what is it, R5?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Who asked for that?
What's a band? Haim?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about them.
The thing about sibling bands, too, is that all their songs are about sex.
Oh, I
And
hate
it's like,
that.
why are you singing about sex?
But also,
With
it's
your brother.
so cringy. Like,
stop kissing your brother!
It's so cringy seeing them before they're famous, too. Like, there's so many sibling bands trying to, like, be a thing now. And it's like, maybe just don't. Maybe just, like, either do it by yourself, find a friend. If you've ever gone outside, if you've ever left your home, you don't need to do everything with your sibling. Because it's just
my
weird.
sister was like my best friend for years, but yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, did you start a band with her?
We tried.
Okay.
I wrote a song about, like, plants. And, like, I compared, like, myself to plants. And I'm like poison ivy because I get jealous. Yeah. And I'm like a Christmas wreath because I get joyous. Like, shit like that.
I will say, if there's anyone that I can, like, tolerate at all, it'll be, like, sisters. But, like, any crossing of, like... Genders, I'm sorry. I hate it.
It's giving Julian and Derek.
Yeah. Don't...
Everybody knows.
Everybody knows that he fucks you.
He fucks you.
He fucks you. Inclusive.
Right.
Yeah. Spelled out addresses.
Oh, yeah. That does bother you. I don't really hate it, but
we hate it. Yeah. You know those houses that it's like, oh, I actually know the exact address that I'm thinking of, and I'm trying to think of something else. Let's say 712, and it'll be like SEVEN spelled out in big letters on the house.
I didn't even know that was legal.
Y'all look fucking ridiculous. You look like IKEA. What are you doing? That's it.
That's not the insult you think it is.
Alright. I do love IKEA.
Okay.
Oh, all of these are really mine.
No, they're not.
Using the term twin flames, shut up. Do a quick Google search. That's not what you think it is.
Right. There's a whole cult, like, surrounding that.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, but, like, people do it to be like, oh, like, literally, like, I love you so much. Like, I'm gonna find you in every lifetime. Like, you're my twin flame for real. Like, we're literally meant to be... Like, first of all, that's usually... Twin flames usually aren't, like, necessarily a good thing.
Right.
Like, I know you guys think it's cool because you just, like, don't want to use the word soulmate. But, like, if you're gonna
That's your twin.
If you're gonna...
That's literally your twin.
Like...
Sorry.
If you're gonna go down that route, like, just... It's just so cringy. Stop fucking saying twin flame.
You're my twin flame.
Please, I'll kill you. Okay, now it's you.
Why as a kid, when I'm singing in the shower, were my parents like, shut up?
Right.
In nicer terms than that, but they're like, hey, we can hear you. And I just sing louder. Mm-hmm. It's like, my shower is my safe space. And my siblings would be like, simmer down.
Yeah, I never experienced that because people love the sound of my voice.
Yeah, it's just like the most humiliating thing ever. Anyways. Bathtubs, going off of that, I'm gonna sneeze.
I love a bathtub.
I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh.
Drama. Okay. I've never once been able to fit into a bathtub. I don't fit into bathtubs. Anytime I'm in a bathtub, I'm like this.
You're too long.
I'm too long.
I didn't even know that was possible.
I don't know how anybody fits into a bathtub. So when I take a bath, it's so uncomfortable, and I hate, like, the feeling of my ass on the floor.
I mean, I hate to victim blame, but do you ever think you could be doing it wrong?
Sitting in a bathroom?
Like, are you trying to, like, fully go horizontal?
No.
Because, like...
Wait. No!
Because, like, your back should be against the, like...
Yeah.
You know, like, you shouldn't be, like...
No, I'm not lying down, like, Jenny. No, but I'm just, like, I'm like this. Ready? I'm like this, but like cramped like that.
Yeah.
And like my ass hurts because it's like on the like.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna take a bath, you gotta do it in a nice one, or else I completely agree.
Yeah, or there's like and there's like hair in the water.
Ew. Well, that's not.
Wait, did you ever fall victim to taking a picture and like getting a bath done? Wait, I'm gonna sneeze.
I know exactly what you're trying to say though.
When you get a bath bomb and it like looks cool, so you take a picture, but the shower like reflector and like you're taking a nude.
No, I was always so paranoid of that. I would take a video of my bath bomb, rewatch it 20 times before posting it, post it, rewatch it another 20 times.
Yeah.
As if 6th grade me had anything to worry about. Like people were trying to seek out my nudes.
Right. But like I know that happened to other people and I was so scared of it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wiped my nose with my hand.
Fuck if I care. Okay, Sydney Sweeney boxer movie.
Oh my god, it pisses me off. You guys, I'm gonna sneeze again. Okay, so I don't understand why they're making Sydney's. I'm very against like actors changing their bodies for roles.
I was just about to say, I think it's so weird.
It's so weird. Like, just get somebody else. And like, especially like the Anne Hathaway, Les Mis of it all, like that just pisses me off. But anyways, they're making Sydney Sweeney like transform into this like bodybuilder for this movie, and I'm like, first of all, personally, I don't think Sydney Sweeney is a great actor. I really don't think she's good at acting.
I think she's great.
All right. Second of all, why does she need to change into this bodybuilder when there are so many actors who already have that? Like Love Lies Bleeding Girl, put her in there.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you making this girl change everything about how she looks to play a boxer? Is she like you need Sydney Sweeney that bad?
And I'm usually not one to pull this card because I think it's kind of lame to say this, but for this situation, I think it applies. Like people who are built, like women who are built like that, have so little opportunity in like any kind of entertainment fields. Like just on a moral standpoint, like don't you just want to like give someone a chance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even like I remember that movie, I think it's called Fighting with My Family with Florence Pugh.
Mm.
And like she slayed that, you know, Florence Pugh. And it's just like
What do you mean? What was the context of that?
They didn't make her like transform how she looks, but it was still believable that she was like a.
Right, what was she? I've never seen anything about
this
movie.
Too. I'm saying it was still believable that she was like a boxer.
Do you need a tissue?
Yeah. Can you see it? This sounds good. We're gonna have to edit.
Okay, we could have done that a lot smoother. Oh, okay, we'll edit this.
You guys, I'm sick. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. What I'm saying is, either they let Sydney Sweeney do her thing the way she is, or if they want someone that looks different, get someone who looks different.
Yeah. I just don't like that, like, people in the entertainment industry are, like, they use their bodies as, like a form of art.
Like an accessory.
Yeah, like Kim Kardashian fitting into the Marilyn Monroe dress, and now, like, you know, was that your phone?
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney becoming a fucking boxer to get into this movie. I don't know.
Very upsetting. The next grievance I have is hating motherhood. So why has this become a trend in the past, like, 3 years where, like, on TikTok, I don't have TikTok, but I see it, where it's like, guys, can we just all be honest about, like, how we're all mothers, but, like, we're realizing it's not what we wanted to do with our lives. And, like, let's normalize, like, you know, not liking being a mother. Let's normalize, you know, disappointment and, like gender disappointment, like, that you didn't have, like, the gender you wanted. Let's, like, normalize, you know, feeling unfulfilled by... Shut up!
Yeah.
If my munter made a video like that and posted it on the internet, I would feel shame for the rest of my life and so much guilt.
Yeah.
Why are we normalizing hating motherhood?
I don't know. I don't see a lot of this, but I know.
Oh my God.
I know it exists because I've seen it occasionally, but I definitely don't see it as much as you do. But if I did, I would definitely.
Like, keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
The next one is foam charms. You look like you're holding a Wii
This
Just
feels
Dance remote.
really targeted because I did have one for
Like you think
last year.
you think it's gonna fall off and like hit the TV like you're doing Just Dance? Like what?
I just like it because it's pretty.
It looks stupid.
I think it's pretty.
Okay, and then my next defense is see you next year is a funny joke.
I agree.
Over winter break, when it goes from 2024 to 2025, and before you leave, I go, see you next year, people are like, huh, that's a funny joke.
Yeah. It's also just, it's correct.
That is correct.
Even if you don't think it's funny, it is the truth. I will see you next year. I'm not lying. I'm not saying that for the fucking jokes.
But it is funny.
But it is
the
silly.
sun is coming up. That's so funny. Yeah, and then my last defense is Guess by Charlie XCX and Billie Eilish. Love the song. Obsessed.
Mm-hmm.
There's a line about Billie Eilish going, I already know what you got going on down there that I bought in Tokyo.
Girl!
It's the lacy pair with the little bows, the ones I bought for you in Tokyo. I doubt that she went to Tokyo to buy that lingerie. I doubt it. So it really pisses me off that she said Tokyo for the sake of rhyming. She's like, the ones I picked out for you in Tokyo. Stop lying. Like, I get it. She's a singer. She travels. But, like, I highly doubt she bought that underwear for this girl in Tokyo.
I would like her to address it.
Pisses me off. It's like when Olivia Rodrigo's like, well, I've never seen Glee, but, like, I liked it in the song.
Oh.
It's like, watching reruns of Glee. Okay, we're back. It's not a Talk Diva to Me episode unless a phone dies. But yeah, so I have a few more devances.
Mm-hmm.
My next one is Sexiest Man Alive. That like whole, is it People who does that? People magazine?
Are you talking about like the sexiest man of the year?
Yeah, but it's like the Sexiest Man Alive for every year. It's like 2024 Sexiest Man Alive.
Oh, I didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, I think it's a setup. Personally, I'd be fucking pissed if I was a man and they named me the sexiest man of 2024, because that's a fucking setup. Because in all of the comments and everything, it's all like, are you sure? Sexiest man? This is what you came up with? He is not the sexiest man of 2024. It's all just like...
I'd kill myself.
I'd like, stop setting them up for this. Like, that's so rude. My next events. I watched the movie My Old Ass. First of all, Aubrey Plaza had some scheduling issues for sure, because most of the movie was her on the phone. So I'm like, okay, so like you couldn't really get her. So basically, spoiler, this movie is about this girl who's a lesbian, but then she starts having feelings for this boy. And so she needs Aubrey Plaza to guide her through it and be like, you know, I'm changing, I'm growing, I'm opening my mind to, you know, new things. And Aubrey is like, yeah, that's beautiful. Who asked for this?
It's definitely written by, like, homophobic parents of a lesbian daughter. Literally.
Like, who asked for this un-lesbian experience? For this, like, I was literally like, we need to hide this movie and bury it. Mm-hmm. Because that's just a narrative that, like, we just don't need out there. And, like, mainstream media, it's very harmful.
Yeah, I agree.
So, anyways, those are all my devances. And then Unexpected Divas. I'm talking a lot. I had one unexpected diva thing, which is men on reality TV shows. Tell me why, Lamar Odom on the Kardashians. Like, are you a diva? Why are you on the Kardashians?
Pete Davidson on the Kardashians.
Pete Davidson on the Kardashians. Scott Disick, Ultimate Diva.
For sure.
Like, Chris Humphries on the Kardashians.
Wait, didn't the boys at the dinner party talk about how you can get named a lord in, like, Scotland?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, Scott Disick, duh.
And he's like, oh, I watched the Kardashians when I was 12 years old. Okay, me too.
Oh, please leave this earth.
Yeah, so... Yeah, that, and then, like, all of the housewives' husbands, they love the camera. They do those little individual, confessions, cameos.
When can... when Ken came to announce Scandal, did you see
Right,
that?
right.
I can't believe that Raquel spent the night at Tom's house.
Right. Like, they love the spotlight. Mauricio, diva.
Yeah.
PK, diva.
Yeah. No more of him, though.
And, like, even when, like, Kelsey Grammer was on the show, it was like, why are you... You're Frasier. Why are you doing confessionals?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Anyways, I just think that's an unexpected diva moment. Anything come to mind for you?
No.
No. Anything else you'd like to say to the people?
No.
No. Okay, well, we love you, we missed you, and we'll see a lot more of you in the future. Diva later.
Diva later.